Alright, so once again, I know we've been having some issues here, so I guess second PC streaming isn't exactly the walk in the park that I was hoping for, unfortunately. Seriously though, YouTube, I wish it was as simple as, it seemed. But I'm just gonna have to troubleshoot, where to go from here. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully you're all able, people watching, you're all able to see. I know for one person, Memes YT, I'm very sorry. It's just that the reason I wanted to do second PC streaming is because I know streaming is really taxing on my computer, so I thought, I could offload some of the work onto my desktop, but I guess something got, mixed up with the stream name or something stupid like that. So unfortunately, no, I can't use two PCs to stream tonight. So I'm just gonna have to rely on my laptop and I hope it's not too choppy either. Since Valentina is coming for voice, using my computer, it should be. Let's see. She's checking them. On my end, it looks okay, but it could go down again. It just really frustrates me whenever streams don't work because I really want to do more of these often. And I know one of my friends is pissed that, I can't get these streams to work as often as I should. But that's, OBS and streaming in a nutshell. I may not be ninja, but I really want to, do a lot more of these streams. Because I know a lot of you turned out for the last stream I did, which was actually during the AMA itself. So let's see. The CPU numbers are starting to go up again. Once again, this is exactly why. Let me see if putting some of the windows down helps. No, the CPU is going up and up and up and up. I really hope it doesn't result in a lag fest. Let's see. Okay, the CPU number is going back down again. Hopefully that's a good sign. Actually, let's try sending Valentina the new link. But I'm really trying my best to stay positive once again. I honestly feel really skittish about clicking my own link for the stream. Yeah, if it doesn't work, then I'm just gonna have to call it a night and just keep testing until I could try it again. I did use an all-new stream name to see if maybe it could help solve the problem. Yeah, I hope Valentina's out there. The lack of response is not exactly uplifting. So I don't know if YouTube's just having problems and I'm just gonna have to talk to them before I do another stream or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, once again, I did change out my stream name and put it into both OBS and YouTube, so I hope it works. Okay. Start streaming again. Hopefully this time it'll work. Maybe it's that YouTube really wants a 720p stream when you actually call for a 720p stream. So let's hope it works. It's really taxing on my computer though. And the numbers are going up again. And so I hope it's not too choppy. Actually minimize one of the windows. So once again, Valentina is checking it out. Let me know if you can see the stream yourself. Yeah, I mean, once again, so yeah, during the live chat, just let me know if you could see the stream, because it would be a huge indication for me to know if things are going well. Because if it's not, then I'm gonna just have to call it quits and contact YouTube and ask what the heck is going on. I'm honestly crossing my fingers this time, hoping it works. Oh, Valentina's telling me it's working. I hope it is, so I could try. Yeah, she said that she'll be back in a second, so I'm hoping that it works out. Yeah, I just honestly feel really guilty, because I know there was a lot of people who came by to the very first stream. I deeply appreciate, you were all telling me that, hey, the stream, for some reason you were on that waiting screen. It definitely helps, don't get me wrong. It, helps me become an even better streamer. And it's not that I want to turn all my YouTube episodes into live streams. Like, I don't even have the time to do, that kind of thing. That's why, to this day, 90% of my videos are pre-recorded and 10% are streamed, just like this one. Oh, Memes YT, it's working? Yes, that's good, that's good, that's good. Thank God. So we're back. So yeah, I'm guessing the magic trick, kind of unfortunately, is just stream from the laptop and, bring down as many windows. I might be able to bring down another window once Valentina is able to get back in. Honestly, seriously, I could cry right now. I'm so, happy to hear. She said she's eating a burger. Imagine if something like this happened when I used to do customer service as That was actually one of my first post-grad jobs, and I'll tell you all about it some other time. I want to save that for an individual video if I'm being really honest. So, yeah, so don't be shy, people that are coming back. I honestly hope all the people who got screwed over in the very first stream are able to come back even now. I know that it's kind of interesting how whenever I do, especially a Star vs. the Force of Evil related live stream, I noticed that a lot of people seem to like to come by at night, which is kind of interesting. It's admittedly not the most convenient time for me because if I honestly could choose, I'd honestly use the PC downstairs to stream, but without getting into technicals, it's all wired up downstairs, wired up to the internet, so it would be really difficult to move upstairs. So in the future, I'm hoping I could do a thing where I can either get a much faster laptop, which I really want to update this MacBook Pro. Oh, by the way. Oh, Javi, hello there, Javi, how are you? So, I'm glad you could join us. Is the stream good? Is it still good? I really hope it is. Huh, that's weird. Did Buffer forget? Or did I forget? Or, oh, come on, Buffer. I'm very thankful that apps like Buffer and Hootsuite can work, and honestly, the people at work vouch for me. But, yeah, I don't understand, those two websites have this really weird glitch where if you try scheduling a post and you say, you want it posted like right now or that sort of thing, sometimes it thinks you're trying to say that, oh, you want it, posted next week. So, yeah. Memes YT said, I wish there was a season 5 so bad, but I know it's not going to happen. Honestly, Memes YT, I don't know about a season 5, but I would, somewhere really down the line, I'd still have hope for something like a Star TV movie or a sequel series, like either Korra, Korra was for Avatar, and just like what Nickelodeon's doing with Invader Zim and Rocko's Modern Life. They're coming out with TV movies within the next couple weeks, actually, which is really awesome. Like I said before, I do want to, review both those movies as well as Infinity Train. I know it's kind of funny. It's like, Infinity Train just had its broadcast premiere per night, and I did review the first episode with Gabby, even if that stream was a total disaster, and that was why I wanted to try doing a stream with 2 PCs. But we will get to the other episodes. I don't think it's going to be a case where we're going to be able to, do a stream every night because of our busy schedules. But we'll try to see what we can do within the next week. We really do want to review. We don't just want to do trailer reactions for Infinity Train. Because as far as we could see, that's barely scratching the surface of that show. So yeah, Memes YT is saying, you're really hoping for a movie. And we are going to be talking about, well, just in general, there's a lot of people asking about Darren about a season 5. So, okay, let's actually call Valentina now. Valentina, are you there?
Yes.
Alright, good. So it looks like we're back in business. So yeah, the issue was that, I was trying to stream using 2 PCs, and I guess they missed a step, so that's why we had, issues for the last hour or so. But yeah.
What? Did you just start doing that today?
Yeah, and the weird thing is, I did a test run earlier, and it seemed to run okay, but it's like when the chips were down, it started to screw up.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
At least it's back.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll have to do some more testing or just watch more tutorial videos. But anyway, I'm streaming on one computer again, just like I always do. So but the good news
Let's
is
see how
we
it
seem to be back.
looks. Let me double check how it looks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my voice sounds really weird. I don't want to hear this.
Mm,
Okay, we can continue.
but okay, so yeah, we're here to discuss the Star vs. the Forces of Evil AMA. We talked about doing this for quite a while, haven't we, Valentina?
Yep.
Yep, we have. So what we'll do is we'll basically just take turns, talking about the crew's responses to the AMA. You know what I'm saying, Valentina? So,
Yes.
we'll just take turns and that sort of thing. So, Valentina, did you want to start? And also, I don't want to say the name of the person who asked the question just in case they don't want to be, heard in the video, but we can't. But I think we should be able to say, when is Darren, Darren that his response from Darren or Adam or Aaron or Dominic.
So wait, are you pulling up the questions or how are we doing this?
I'm basically just looking through the AMA itself and just pulling out a random question. I'm mainly gonna focus on ones I didn't get to talk about my answer to, but you could say anything since we haven't heard from you.
Okay, can I just say, oh my God, so they should have really done just one question at a time because yeah, it got really messy with people asking multiple questions and then they're just sometimes I even saw Darren and everybody else not respond to a question for 5 minutes because they're trying to type everything out. So yeah, if nobody got their questions answered, I mean, hopefully they do another one and put a one question limit because yeah,
Yeah.
that was a little messy.
That's probably why it took a while. Not blaming the crew or anything, but
Oh no, I mean, it wasn't their fault. I mean,
no, it
I was
wasn't.
expecting something else to happen, but I guess it wasn't too bad, but still
Okay. Oh,
too much questions.
okay. Before we get started, I noticed somebody in the comments named Alexandra at Studio wanted me to do a major favor by telling you that that Alexandra at Studio is not angry at you or something. I don't know. Do you know what's going on?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Just
I yeah, I couldn't even I couldn't respond to your message. I got a little busy.
okay. So, but do you want to go ahead and start, Valentina?
Um. Well, here, just tell me the question because I can't pull it up right now. I don't have Reddit on anymore.
All right. So maybe what we'll do instead is maybe at least as of right now. Now, I'll start pulling up questions and we'll both give our thoughts on them. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. And also, Javi says, hi.
Yo.
Okay, so I'll start with a funny one because I didn't get to see this when I did my first stream, and it says R.I.P. Doop Doop. He didn't deserve to die. And this person was asking, is Doop Doop, that broom character voiced by, dang it, what's his name from Rick and Morty?
Justin.
Justin Roiland. Yes, Justin Roiland. Yeah, asked him, is Doop Doop alive? And Darren said, nope, nope.
Yeah, that's. I noticed that some questions got repeated, especially was Starko, influenced by the fans.
Yeah.
Darren had to confirm that it's the fans don't determine the writing of their series.
Yeah, of course not.
I mean, makes sense. I mean, that's why. I mean, there was another person who was telling me if they could ask a question about reading fan fictions, and I remember, I guess two from one of them was the My Little Pony, and then there was one at the start where people asked that same question, and they said, nope. anyone in animation is like prohibited to read any fan fictions.
Yeah, and I know.
Just because, yeah, it could influence like the story, and then I don't know if you get into any issues, like copying stuff or whatever.
Yeah, I see. Maybe. Ooh, it's funny. I remember I actually gave like Darren a copy of a fan story I wrote about Marco dancing on the Star's balcony, and I was just wondering, ooh, maybe she didn't read it yet.
Well, if it takes place during the episode, what was it, the Blood Moon Ball episode?
Yeah.
I don't think it matters.
Okay.
It's like anything that's like for future, probably.
Yeah, because it was meant to be kind of like a sequel to the Blood Moon Ball, but it wasn't like Curse the Blood Moon where it was predicting something way down the line, because I think I gave her that copy before season 4 came out. So.
Yeah, no. Either way, it doesn't. They're not allowed to. It's just like Maury Marks, the Tale of Two Butterflies. Like, if the series were to continue or do a spin-off, it has to be completely different from that. Like, they can't copy the same story, which is kind of sad, because, like, there's so much, like, I mean, I like the comics and stuff, but it's like, when they start, like, there's so much, then, like, imagine what the Star Crew must feel like if they don't have anything that's unique for them anymore. I do wonder if that affects them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of mixed on that, because on one hand, I don't want, something to, like, tamper the vision of Star, like, tamper, like, Darren FC's vision, or anything like that, but, like you, I also like the Tale of Two Butterflies. It's that comic about, teenage Meteor and Mariposa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that often on Instagram, but,
it's getting really popular.
Yeah. But anyway, back to the question. The only thing that gets me about the question in terms of his Dupe Dupe Alive, I kind of get the sense that it's kind of inconsistent as far as which, magic spell, like, or spell-related character lives or dies. Like, I know some people were asking, is Monster Arm alive? And, Darren, was saying, ooh, Monster Arm is still there, basically. So.
I mean, maybe Dupe Dupe died because, I mean, he looked like he was dying either way because he was being left in the sun and stuff, like the light. So, I mean, I mean, honestly, like, even though they answered all this stuff, if they even continue with the season 5, they're probably not gonna, like, because, yeah, they're gonna have to, like, write a new, write the new stories and stuff like that. So it could change in the end.
Yeah.
And anything could change. I mean, they could be thinking, like, oh, Dupe Dupe's dead. But then it's like later on, it's like, oh, let's just bring him back. So it's like, you never know.
Yeah, so I guess it was just a case of, he looked like, I don't know if I got the impression that he was dying. He definitely looked like not in the best shape. So I guess it was just a matter of, oh, if we want to keep him around for something, we'll keep him around. But if we don't, then, he's kicking the bucket.
Yeah, that's why I was like, mostly with the questions, it's like, oh, is Hekapu alive? Is this person alive? And all that stuff. It's like, I mean, even though they say they could be dead or something like that, like, I feel like it could still change.
Yeah, I see. And I know that Javi is like saying stuff like Eclipse's spinoff would be cool, or Moon spinoff would be cool. I don't know about Eclipse's spin, especially for a whole series. Moon I could see because I'm kind of interested in like learning about her past. Although you could argue just go read the Magic Book of Spells. So.
I mean, there wasn't really that much with Moon. I mean, I feel like Eclipse would be kind of more interesting, to be honest. Because then you have to see Solaria's, all this, because, like, it was pretty interesting to see those scenes with Solaria, like.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely was. It definitely showed where, Mina got her start, especially. So, but, But let's actually move on. This is actually a 4-part question. Kind of goes back to the problem that we kind of had, where there was a lot of people who would like go on and ask like 4 or 3 or 4 questions at once. Should we just go one at a time in this one?
Yes.
All right. So, I'll try to paraphrase what this person is saying. So, the person was asking how Toffee knew about the whispering spell and its effects. And they brought up how they were considering that Moon. Wait, it says Moon knew she was desperate when Star performed it in battle Moon, so I assume she thought it was a self-destruction spell. He studied some books, but these things don't seem the kind of stuff that would be in them, considering they weren't even in the book spells. How was Toffee able to be in the realm of magic without losing his mind? That's actually a really good question. How could Toffee be in the realm of magic without losing his mind? And I'm also guessing, he heard Star perform the whispering spell, but that was probably how. I just had a great fan theory. Whee! I'll get to that in a second. And was he the one who killed Solaria? Which were even the details of his plan, since they were never entirely clear. And Darren said, I think this is what we're interested in. And she said, Toffee was Toffee was a historian and researched the butterfly family like no one ever had before. He used his powers for evil. He's been learning about magic for a very long time. The skulls Toffee was wearing was butterfly family members of the royal court he killed. Yikes. Did you get that, Valentina? Regarding
yes.
Toffee's history?
Uh-huh. I just remembered there's... What episode was it? Muni Pendants Day.
Yeah.
Like, there's a scene where Toffee's, like, reading a book about, like, the history of the wand.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, clearly he did some studying prior, prior
Why
to,
is
like,
that?
from the castle and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
For some reason,
so he knew.
For some reason, that reminds me of a certain Martin Scorsese movie. I don't know. Like, the idea of a villain who becomes, like, so, like, obsessed with, like, taking down, like, another character, they become the sort of bookworm. I don't know. I mean, I won't say the name of the movie because I don't know if most people will get the reference, but just kind of gave me those vibes. But, it's so funny, like, Valentina, do you think Toffee although, how would he use, do you think he used the Whispering spell to destroy the realm of magic?
I don't know, actually.
Because on one hand, that's what
he tainted the realm of magic.
Yeah, and especially since you remember, it was all
but
like...
He didn't destroy it. He just, like... Because... He definitely didn't perform the whispering spell in the realm. I don't know, actually, because if he performed that whispering spell in the realm, then it would have collapsed.
Yeah, albeit...
So he definitely just tainted it.
Mm-hmm. Or it might have been a case where he was, like, dangerously close to destroy... Because remember, there was, like that one piece of magic that Star is able to save, and that's what turns her into Butterfly Mode Star. So...
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it could be a possibility, but I don't know. But anyway, the second question is, was there an original plan for another season? Oh my god, another season 5 question. And they brought up, their concern was that a lot of plot points and arcs from the last season seem to be rushed, abruptly introduced, or don't go anywhere. Things like Globgore, for instance, Kelly and Marco's relationship, Star and Marco getting together, destroying the magic, and even Marco's wound when he gets stabbed by that
Wait, did they respond to that question?
Yes, they did. Let me see what.
Oh my god, let's hear it, because I didn't
Okay.
read that one.
Okay, so quote, gonna post this again. This is coming from Darren. This is a little bit of a complicated question. I was very lucky to get 4 seasons for a variety of boring reasons. Most animated shows for kids only get about 2 to 3 seasons max. So I feel very lucky I got to do 4 on Star. When our 4th season got approved, I knew that would most likely be the ends just because of the rarity of having a fourth season. So I wrote an ending. I was really happy with the ending. I know a lot of fans thought it felt rushed, but I think that just means you want more. I would love to do more of a Star someday. Obviously, that decision is not one I can just make. But if the powers that be wanted to make more Star, I would love to work with them again.
Okay, so she didn't respond to. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, she didn't get into specifics, but I kind of got the gist of the question.
I don't think she's gonna be allowed to specify why.
Yeah, probably not. But I do kind of got the sense, because it's so funny how they built up Globgor so much. And even though, I really liked, Jaime Camillo's acting, I thought he played, Globgor wonderfully. I did get the sense of, we didn't really get that much of him, did we?
Well, he's also, keep in mind, he's probably also an expensive actor to hire.
Yeah, that's probably another reason.
Because even, Toffee's voice actor was pretty hard to get.
Yeah,
and that's why they couldn't really return him.
Yeah, Michael C. Hall from Dexter, so I guess that could be a possible reason. I don't know, because I just remember when season 3 was going around, I was, super concerned about, Globgor, and, I don't know what it is. It's not that he turns out to be good in the end. That, that's not the problem. That's what makes him likable. But it's just, a character that's built up so much. We mainly see him for things like flashbacks and those sort of things. In terms of him being in the present, it's significant, don't get me wrong. But, you would have thought they would have had more to do with this character. Especially with the past he's had.
It's, you also had to remember that Star is a storyboard-driven show. So
right.
It's sometimes it's going to be, these details that storyboarders add that's not going to be, brought up again because a bunch of people just work on it different episodes at a time. So it's they could just be write this direction, but, that's the only issue. Since it's, right, that's probably what might have happened.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, at least, as Darren said, we got 4 seasons.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool.
Of course, I do wish we could have, a movie, or, I actually prefer, a season 5, because I feel like there's a couple stuff that could be wrapped up, and I feel like it could just satisfy just one more season, the fandom.
Mm-hmm.
Just one more season. But, if it's a movie, I just don't want books. To be honest, I'm super against, continuing the series in books because it just doesn't feel the same. Hearing their voices, you could just imagine the voices and stuff, but seeing the movement, the animation, the music, that's, more, I don't know, it's more worth it.
Yeah, I think I get the sense of it too, especially since the feeling I get is if they just come out with graphic novels, kind of like what Avatar did when that show ended, then it would just kind of feel like, it's behind the scenes stuff. You want to know why where the hell Zuko's mom has been? You got to buy your book from the local Barnes and Noble. So I get the sense.
That's Nickelodeon's. That was Nickelodeon's problem. They canceled everything around those years, so don't blame the team of Avatar. I feel like they would have continued if they were allowed to.
Well, technically they did because they made Korra.
Oh yeah, they made Korra at least.
Yeah. So, what was I gonna say? Somebody in live chat. I have trouble pronouncing your name, so I'm gonna try my best. I'm sorry if I mispronounce it, but is it Chio Cesar Marquez? Yes, we want more Star, but Destroy the Magic and the new merger Earth-Knee felt out of place for the show. Valentina, do you want to give your thoughts on that? Did you think that Destroy the Magic felt out of place?
Well, if it's Darren's decision, just, it's her show, so, she's the one who determines.
Right.
The ending.
Yeah.
I'm just, Cleaved was really rushed. That's for sure, because they did cut off like a few things I did see
Mm-hmm.
in storyboard in animatic, but I mean, uh, you know, at least like it wasn't too bad. I mean, if you rewatch it, it's actually pretty much not bad. I mean, it's actually is, and they worked really hard writing in that episode and doing all that work on it. So it's like appreciate what you get.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know I've been pretty critical of Cleaved, is like putting it lightly, but I don't know if I'd go as far as to say it felt out of place. I just kind of took it as it wasn't like, it just kind of felt like an extreme I didn't really want to see the show go into. Like, it makes an ending you didn't expect. And hey, if it's what Darren and came up with, then I'm totally cool with that. It's just my personal, it's just, as Phantom Strider would say, it's just my silly personal opinion.
I mean, the fact is, if it was like an hour long, or like Battle of Muni
Mm-hmm.
kind of type, I mean, I feel they would have wrapped things up perfectly, like, and they could have left an open ending too, and it would have been fine. But it's like, I mean, the moment that they cut the intro,
Yeah.
just to fit like those, what was it, like, how long was each episode, like 20, 26, 28 minutes or something like that?
Like, let's say 25-ish minutes. I'm sure it varies.
24 or 25, I don't know.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Rough estimate, Valentina.
Yeah, so the moment they had to like start cutting the intro, that's like when it's like, oh shoot, this is gonna be a little rushed. Like, but I mean, I still applaud them. I mean, they worked their butts off. I mean, it's literally like making Star is like really difficult, and people don't even know that. And when they criticize, it's just like all the crew just put their sweats and tears into this work, and then seeing some criticism is just like hurtful.
Yeah, I mean, even me, even though I'm very critical of Cleaved, I would never take away, the fact that, Star's hard to produce, especially with, like, how vocal a fandom it is, and just, you've told me the extremes, the fandom has gone to. It's just like, I'm of the opinion, oh, you can, talk, like, you can talk about your honest feelings, but don't, take away the fact that, it took a lot of hard work to make the show,
Yeah, I mean, if you criticize something, or like was not happy, at least just give a note that says you still liked it either way, and you applaud their hard work.
Yeah.
I mean, I was not a fan of what's Ransomgram, because I mean, I was just like, oh, the whole that Marco was gonna continue aging that dimension and stuff. I don't know. The ending was just like, it just kind of pissed me off. But I mean, I still applaud them. They worked hard. I mean, it's not like I'm good. Like, I mean, I just like one episode. It's okay. But just don't go attacking people.
Yeah, no, like, that's an extreme you don't need to go to,
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, moving on. There's actually, this person posted a couple questions that seems more related to the Book of Spells, which I'm not exactly the most caught up with. Do you want to try to... Are you caught up with the Book of Spells, Valentina?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so did you want to talk about these questions? Because I wouldn't have much to say here.
Sure.
Okay, so the first question, they're asking about Seth of Septarsis, and this person was saying it sounded like they were expecting to see more of Seth in the last season. And Darren said in response, Darren said, quote, Seth has been dead for a long time. We only get so many episodes per season, so he'll need to just be in the book for now. So did you want to talk about this character, Valentina?
The fact that she says for now is kind of funny though. But no, in the book they said, I forgot which Queen chapter it was, he was just really old and he retired. They never said he died or anything, but I mean, that's up to like the future of the show. If Darren wants to keep him, like, magically have him alive, again or something. Well, I don't know if she plans him to be dead or not, but just like Toffee, I mean, it'd be cool to see Toffee again. But I mean, it's
Surprise!
it's pretty hard to get the Michael C. Hall, like.
Yeah, I see.
So I don't know what.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
What's the future with that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I was just about to say. I know. Javi actually said he likes the finale. It was pretty emotional, and Star and Marco staring at each other in the end was a nice touch. Which I've already talked at length about how I feel about how they just say hey and hi at the end. I basically, I've said before that I do like how it kind of leaves things open to interpretation, and like, it leaves audience members thinking, oh, do they kiss? Do they, go out for pizza, go out for ice cream, or do they just hug? Or do they go with that? Yeah, I kind of think like the idea in that they just say hey and hi to each other because it kind of leaves things open to interpretation in that sense. I mean, is that what do you think, Valentina?
I expected a little bit more, to be honest. As a Starco shipper, I expected a little bit more into. I don't know.
Praise the red butterfly. So, but I don't know. I do kind of like, because like the shipper in me is also kind of in that mindset. Oh, they should share a dance. They should have a Disney pop song like they did in their '90s movies. And but my brain is telling me, at least it leaves open to interpretation. What Javi is saying, hug would be better.
A hug would have been cute.
Yeah. Especially now that the two Earth and Uni are now merged.
Yeah.
But speaking of Starco, I actually missed this question. This person was asking why and how Alphonse talked to Marco in the Blood Moon Ball episode. The scene where, Alphonse was like, "Blood moon tonight, the moon of lovers." By the way, Valentina, did I ever tell you it took me a few watchings of that scene for that line, the moon of lovers, to sink in? Like, the idea that, Marco might be going to the Blood Moon Ball to get Star because he might, have feelings.
Yeah, but, we never really I never understood, like, how, like, why he was related to the Blood Moon Ball thing, or, like, the Blood Moon in general.
Yeah, I'm not sure myself. And even Darren's answer is just simply, quote, magic, and I think the Blood Moon is both a curse and a blessing. Which, I agree with that, despite the name of my channel.
I do wonder how they were. I wish it would have been a live thing, where we saw their faces and heard their voices, because just having them in text was kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, again, it kind of goes back to what you were saying about how you're not really down for the idea of, like, Star books, or that some sort of thing.
True, but no, I'm talking about, like, the whole, the Ask Me Anything thing, like, it would have been, like, I don't know why, I just preferred the live streams with them, because it's...
You mean like the ones that, Darren and Adam used to do as Starfam 13 and Marco?
Oh no, like, you haven't seen, like, the podcast, like, the ones that Darren has done, like, the animation ones, where she, even, like, the charity one, the live stream of the charity event from last year.
You mean, like, Cartoons versus the Forces of Evil? That one? I think she did with, like, Alex Hirsch and Eden Shear.
I don't remember that one.
Because I think that was when that happened.
I'm talking about, like, the ASS podcast, and then there was the Dana one, the one that was, like, for the charity for...
Yeah, I think so. Which, I think they could, definitely do in the future. I mean, just the fact that we're still hearing from Alex Hirsch, even though Gravity Falls is over and now he's co-executive producing stuff at Netflix.
Yeah.
What did Hobby say? I would live in Earthny Disney World with Muni Sky. Now that would be awesome. Are you saying that you would live in Disney if Disney World was set in Earthny, you would live there, Avi?
Wait, what? Disney World? Oh, actually, pretty kind of pretty.
Yeah. It would be expensive, though. I don't want to know what, how, if you would have to pay to I mean, you're the one, like, Valentina, you're the one who's going out to work at, like, in Florida at Disney World, right?
Yeah, I still don't know where I'm gonna be put though.
Oh,
But I'm leaving in less than 2 weeks. Oh my God,
all right. And,
this month went by quick.
yeah. And,
I had to pack a bunch of stuff away, store it away, and then like I don't know what I'm gonna take with me.
uh-huh. Hey, Miles Cooper says, howdy.
Hey, Miles.
How you doing, Miles? Did you get to be a part of the AMA? Well, wait, for his response. I know that, I'd like to know how you pronounce this name. I know that, Kyle Cesar Marquez, he asked, he said, I made a question that didn't get an answer, or about will there be a change in the dimension and in the geography of Earth after Earth and Unity, merge together.
Oh, I saw that question, but they didn't get a chance to go through it.
No. So, I think so, technically speaking, right? I mean, especially, Earth and Unity getting, and especially since it seems like a lot of the places are now mixed together. You know what I'm saying, Valentina?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I wish we could expand on that. Like, it would be really cool. I mean, I already had like a picture of like what what the next season, how it would start with, and like the complications with now the dimensions merged. I mean, you gotta admit, the mutants were not okay with monsters.
Right.
And now it's going to be like humans dealing with mutants and monsters. So it's going to be like, it would be kind of interesting to see that.
Yeah, I know Darren said, like, the way she likes to approach writing is when one problem's solved, another one, opens up. So I think that's what she's getting at. Like, I think she's aware that it's obviously not a perfect solution. I mean, I wouldn't want to wake up with, like, a spider on my house. I'm scared to even touch spiders, if I'm being really honest. So...
I do, yeah, it would be so interesting. I mean, and then, what else didn't we see? I mean, it'd be cool to know everybody's reaction to finding out that Star and Marco are dating. And then Ponyhead and...
I know Ponyhead's not going to be super thrilled. But, I think their parents would at least be okay, considering how being, remember the line that Angie Diaz said in the first season, when Star asked Marco, what does PhD stand for, and Dr. Marco PhD, and he was like, pretty handsome dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, they would be okay with it. I think they'll be like, that'll be kind of funny to see.
Yeah, that, and also, remember the stare Moon and River gave each other when Star and Marco were saying goodbye in Scent of a Hoodie, which I still think is a really creepy episode when you really think about it.
I do have a weird question. How does Star have a tapestry if there's no more queens?
I guess there is, like, I remember somebody even asked, did Star's tapestry change? I'm wondering, is there...
whatever you say.
Tomato. Like, I'm thinking, maybe there is... Now that I think about it, I'm like, maybe there is no tapestry anymore because there's no more Mutiny and Monarchy.
Yeah, I do wonder that. Like, I did see that question too, like, because, a lot of people wanted Marco in it. But, I mean...
That's what fan art is for.
I do actually wonder, like, nobody's ever asked if Glossaryck is still alive.
I heard somewhere that Glossaryck has apparently, like, died numerous times, like, throughout his life.
Yeah, technically, they said in the Book of Spells he has died multiple times. So, I mean... I feel he could just randomly just come back.
And what is Javi asking us? Do you guys think Toffee is evil or more like anti-hero? Because he wanted to destroy magic and Star had to end magic on Muni during season 4. Oh.
Probably, I don't know. Anti-hero, maybe. But I mean, his approach was pretty bad.
Yeah, I
Because
think...
he still had hate over... Here, I'm gonna have to go for a sec.
Okay, so I guess you'll come back in a second?
Yes.
Alright. So, guess we'll wait for Valentina to come back. I don't know, like, Javi, in my personal opinion, like, I'm one of those people that thinks magic shouldn't have been destroyed, and, like, I've said, I almost don't want to talk about this anymore, because, like, I know I keep talking about this in my live streams, but I would have liked this idea of, like, maybe, Star becoming Queen of Muni, and they start this, like, new era where, they use magic to fight against people, like, to defend against evildoers and to protect not just humans, but also monsters. So I'm technically of the opinion that, I guess I would say villain. I get his intent in that, he wants to stop injustice against monsters, but then again, this is the guy who nearly crushed Marco, and in the Toffee episode in Battle for Muni, to put it lightly, didn't exactly help Star. Like, maybe he didn't drown Star, but not good. So I don't know, but like what me and Val have been saying, if this is what Darren wanted to do, then she got to write the ending she wanted. So that's really cool. Like what she said though, if they did get a chance to make Cleve like a hour-long episode, they had more time to pat things out, maybe took a little bit more of a sort of bittersweet kind of approach, then, I think I would have liked Cleve a lot better. So... Ooh, I hope things are going okay on Valentina's end. Yeah, I don't really want to, like, get involved right now. But, yeah, so, but since, I already did a live stream talking about the questions I already got to get to in the, AMA, I'm already, I kind of feel my anxiety is, like, starting to, go up, yeah, so... But if you have any questions on like my take on how things went in store or what I think happened, please let me know in the live chat, and at least until Valentina gets back if she can. For now we'll see. Andrew, how's it going? Did you get to be a part of the Star AMA? Yeah. So, but yeah, the reason I had to restart this stream twice was all because, yeah, so it was really just because, like, I was streaming from 2 computers, and that's why. Okay, Valentina said that she'll be back in a few minutes. I hope things haven't gone too bad. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to I'm definitely gonna have to do some more testing before I do more streams with 2 computers. So far, at least since you all seem to be happy with the chat, it seems like the stream is going well. It's rather unusual. Like OBS is telling me it's only using like 8% of the CPU. So I think what is helping me is that I'm not doing like downscaling what I usually do when I have a lot of my windows turned down, which probably helps with reducing RAM. So I think I have to do some more testing. I'm gonna do all sorts of improvements. Like I want to start having like a mic arm. I don't really want to move my microphone right now, but I have my microphone hooked to one of my tripods right now, because I know if I put it on my desk, you're gonna hear my computer fans roaring about. But anyway, get back. Hobby's asking me, excited for Hotel Has Been. What's Hotel Has Been? I'm not really sure what that is. Hobby, sorry to say. Andrew's saying, unfortunately, no, you were at work. Sorry to hear that. If you could ask the Star Crew any question, what would you ask them, Andrew? And Alexander Studio is saying Valentina is fine, trust me. Yeah, I just need a second to, relax and calm down. So yeah. And yeah. So yeah, once again, waving the Starco flag that I had designed before. I've already explained it numerous times and like what it symbolizes and all that kind of stuff. If you want to learn, why the Starco flag is designed the way it is, go watch one of my previous live streams. I do admittedly sometimes get nervous showing this flag because I always get worried people might think that, is it supposed to be Canada or Austria? I will say that, I do like researching those 2 countries as kind of like a sort of side hobby, especially Canada, and that's why, the Starco flag kind of looks like the Canadian flag. And also I just like the symbolism in that on the Canadian flag, the red is meant to symbolize like, the sacrifice in war, and white symbolizes peace. And I also kind of thought it fit really well with Star, coincidentally, because, red is a sign for Marco, but white could also represent, peace between, like, the shippers and fans. So, yeah. But, yeah, I guess the important thing is that the stream finally did, pull its way through, and it's working. Seems to be working just fine now. I'm really glad to see that. So yeah, once again, until Valentina comes back, feel free to ask any questions to fill the time. I was gonna pull out my 3DS, but I don't want to make another thing where I'm like, did you see my new 3DS video? And that sort of a thing. I still got my Nintendo Switch here from the video I made yesterday. Hobby is saying it's working, but it only says 1 person is watching. That might just be YouTube's algorithm. I don't think that's something I could deal with. I mean, YouTube's just when you bring up the word algorithm in a room of YouTubers, you're just going to hear a lot of people groan and complain. I mean, I don't want to get into the details about just how ridiculous YouTube's algorithm is, so I don't know. I mean, it happens to me a lot. There will be times where, like, one day I'll wake up and I'll look at my subscriber count and it says 340 subs, and I'm like, oh, cool. And then, like, a few hours later, it tells me 338, and I'm like, did I lose subs? And then, next day or something like that, 342. So, that's just YouTube's algorithm being YouTube's algorithm, The same algorithm that if it catches 1 second of a licensed song, your video is going to get, copyright claimed. So, what did Andrew say? If there was a new season of Star, some kind of spin-off of the show, what would you most like to see? That's kind of tough to see, because, like, I'm also of the opinion that I'm thinking maybe there's a way for magic to come back, because, yeah, even though, oh, especially the memes especially used magic for, as a way to sort of, fight monsters and create prejudice against them. I'm admittedly kind of interested in this idea of, like, maybe magic comes back and maybe Star Marco's kid could be, I don't know about, like, Queen of Muni or something like that, because that sounds like dictatorial. Like, I guess it sounds dictatorial in a way. I mean, it would be kind of cool, I guess, but now that it's destroyed, I don't really see the sense of it, of them having to restart the Muni monarchy all over again, unless the Echo Creek citizens and humans really hate each other that much. But, yeah. But just like how Star was able to find that, one bit of magic left after Toffee tainted everything in Battle for Muni, I like to think, maybe there's still a possibility. Like, even though, yes, I know the, Sanctuary is destroyed, I mean, I think it's possible. So, yeah. Also, even something like, I know Morning Mark's comic, we talked about it before, The Tale of Two Butterflies, like, if it focused on, Mariposa and Meteor's adventures, I think that would also be really awesome, if they did something like that. So, I don't really know. I'm very curious to see. I would like to see, I really hope Disney does something with Star in the future. Even if it means that, even if they do something like, okay, here you go, Star TV movie on Disney Plus, go subscribe, I'd still check it out. Miles Cooper is like, magic starts causing chaos in Muni. Star is like, hold my boba. And Galaxy, Hobby, excuse me, what did you say? I remember in Season 2 they were teasing Eclipse that was going to be a huge villain, but she wasn't a villain later on. And admittedly, I was one of the people that thought that Eclipse was going to be nice at first, but then she turns into a villain. So, they got me. Not that it's a bad thing, I do really like Eclipse as a character. I actually had this, like, nightmare once where Globgor dies, and Eclipse decides to take her and Meteora to heaven. And, I was actually taking a nap in a public place while doing that, and I actually started choking up. Like, I think it was, like, I was, like, starting to, like, choke up and cry in my sleep. I didn't, like, cry when I was, like, waking up. Like, I was wiping my eyes just to be sure. But I think I was making, like, sounds, like, the sounds people make when they start, like, sniffling, like, when they start, like, crying. I think I was, like, making those sounds out loud, which is weird, because I usually, as far as because I don't think I usually make, like, sounds when I sleep and that kind of stuff, so, yeah. I did make a Globcalypsa flag, if you guys have never seen it before. See that here with, Eclipsa's cheek emblem and Globgor's eyes, and shield here that represents Eclipsa, Globgor. This is a butterfly here because Eclipse is from the butterfly family, and a clover to represent Meteora. So, yeah. And yeah, they also, as we kind of talked about in this discussion, they kind of did the same thing with Globgor. But yeah, keep your questions coming. I really enjoy talking in these live streams. But yeah, I don't know. What did Javi say? In Star versus Disney XD livestream, Marco kept calling Star cute, which was funny, but was hinting he did like Star. I also kind of think that was partially Adam MacArthur, because, Adam is a really big Starco fan himself, so I also think that was kind of, part of himself. I don't really know how, like, not that it's important or anything. I don't really know how Eden Shear feels about, Star and Marco getting together in the end. And Valentina Ruiz says that she's doing laundry right now, so yeah, that's why she's holding up right now. But we'll wait. Might have to I think we're gonna have to start moving over to other questions because I'm thinking of ending the stream at 11 because I have to get up early tomorrow to go to work. Because I know I think it was the Infinity Train, which please don't post spoilers. I know I said that like I'm not like over the moon with Infinity Train, but I don't want to get spoiled since me and Gabby will be discussing these series. But shoot, what was I gonna say? But I know that stream went until like midnight Pacific time, but I really can't do that on weekdays anymore because I have a job that I have to leave at 6 in the morning for. So yeah, I might have mentioned before, but one of my coworkers actually I found out that she's actually a Star Wars of Evil fan herself. I remember I wanted to show her something on my laptop for work, and on my laptop I actually have my the channel logo that my sis designed, and she instantly she just blurted out like, "Oh, Marco!" And of course I explained that it's actually my sister's drawing of me cosplaying as Marco. So yeah, but I think we're gonna have to move on to other questions because to keep the pace of the live stream. I know there's no way we can really get to every single answer, or because just we don't have time. And we don't have like 8 hours to discuss all the AMA answers. But think I'll just have to read them out to Valentina, and we'll go from there. So Javi said you just got a PS4 today, and you won't be on Twitter that long. That's really cool. What games did you get for the PS4, Javi? While we wait for a response, I will say I know that Miles is saying gotta go. See you guys. See you later, Miles. Thanks for stopping by. And oh, you got Spider-Man, Hobby. Yeah, I actually played. I only got to play the first day. I actually got Spider-Man as a birthday present. Thank you, Steven. And yeah, it's definitely a really fun beat 'em up, really crazy game that I still have to get good at. I'll admit, when I tried the first villain you fight in Spider-Man for the PS4 is Kingpin, and the instructions for how you defeat him are a little cryptic, but but otherwise it was still a lot of fun to play. Hopefully, I can get back to playing Spider-Man for the PS4 someday. So Hobby, what other games are you planning to get for your PS4? So, Javi said you beat him on one try on hard difficulty. Well, that's good to hear, and you're thinking of getting Uncharted 4. So, alright, that's pretty cool. I guess you could say. I guess I could say that like I'm very average when it comes to games. That's why I don't really in my gaming related videos, I don't really like to post my gameplay because I know that I could be a bit reckless with games because I just like going there and having fun and not thinking too much about strategy. So that's definitely going to be something I have to work on. I know that my sis plays a lot of the Soulsborne games, Dark Souls, Sekiro, and Bloodborne, and she's been watching a lot of gameplay to help her get through. I know she beat Dark Souls Remastered, but I don't know which the other. I don't know if she's been. I've seen her play Dark Souls 2, Bloodborne, and Sekiro. I know she's in the middle of Sekiro. I bought her Sekiro for her birthday, but yeah. So, yeah. So I don't know if somebody has tips on how to stream using multiple PCs, or even like if they could recommend. I really want to get like a mic, like I think it's called a mic arm for when I do stream videos, because I don't want to have to always rely on using my tripod. Oh, Valentina's saying she's coming back. So not many people like Moon in season 4. And let me get Valentina back in, and we'll go from there. Valentina?
Yes.
Yep, so are we good?
Yes.
Okay. Before we actually get back, Javi pointed out that not many people liked Moon in season 4. Your thoughts?
What was that?
Javi was saying not many people liked Moon in season 4.
I mean, it makes sense. But hey, the series is like technically written to be like nobody's perfect. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty much. I don't get why they had to make her be like at a last minute like against Eclipsa.
I mean, I kind of took it as I wouldn't go to the extreme where I thought she was like so unlikable to the point where I'm just like, ugh! Like it's not like for me a perfect example. Like when I think of characters that like really get on my nerves and I'm like, go get them, go take them down, it would be a character like Jasper and Steven Universe. What?
You know what my theory is?
What's up?
So, I noticed that, like, when she regained her memories, she didn't remember what Eclipsa did to her.
Right.
With Meteora.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm guessing, like, halfway through the season, she started remembering, and then she's like, oh, Eclipse is not meant to be queen, blah, blah, blah. That's probably why.
Yeah, I honestly think that's the case. That's also part of why didn't she tell Romulus to free Globgor to start, like, causing panic?
Yeah, and then you know how she, like, when she said that she wasn't going to take part of it?
Mm-hmm.
She was like, oh, that's Eclipse's job now. So it's like, I don't know. It's really weird. That's why I think halfway she started remembering what Eclipse did with her and Meteora. So I think that's probably why she just decided to be like, oh no, like I had to do something.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, she just turned nasty out of nowhere. I mean, in a sense, it's been, built up this way. But anyway, I kind of wanted to move on to other questions because I'm going to have to, we'll take one more question from Javi before we go back. He asks, what do you guys think of Mina's plans as in theory? Because maybe she'll try to bring back her army or gang and whatever she has. Valentina, your thoughts?
Hold on, it's because Taylor's telling me that she can barely hear me.
She could barely hear
here.
you?
Yeah. Well, she's watching on the TV. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Because OBS is telling me, you're like, my software is telling me, you're very close to peaking. Maybe I could try raising the volume a bit.
It might be just like my phone. My phone's been really wacky recently with the volumes and stuff. So I don't know. I need to get a new phone for sure.
Yeah, it's just that, I don't want to make it, like too loud and then we start, hearing like a bunch of audio popping. But did you want to go ahead with your thoughts on Mina's plan?
What was it again? Sorry, I completely forgot.
Like, Javi
What
was asking, what do you guys think of Mina's plans as in theory, because maybe she'll try to bring back her army or gang, whatever she has.
I don't know. Wait, what do you guys think of Mina's plan as a theory? I here I'm trying to remember. So there were still people that backed her up, right?
Yeah, and that was
At the
honestly,
very end.
yeah, like that was one of my concerns at the end, of Star. It's just like she escapes, like, and she could probably cause trouble. Wasn't there like one or two people that said, I'll go with Mina?
Yeah. Manfred sided with her, and then
Yeah,
I forgot who did a comic shipping her and Manfred, and that was actually pretty funny.
yeah, I think I remember too, but, I don't know, like, in terms of, like, like, her plan, bringing back the Solarian army, I mean, yeah, that's pretty despicable, but I also think that was one of my big concerns, too. It's not that I wanted to see, like, Mina get axed off the show or something really vicious, I'm just saying.
There's a theory that I remember, like, season 2,
Mm-hmm.
around season 2,
Yeah?
in the intro, like, right when there's, like, when they're fighting the first intro, the one with from season 1 and 2.
Yeah?
There was like the moment that Star and Mirka are like jumping dimensions, and then they're like with the robot thing.
Yeah?
You could see Mina in the background. So I don't know what was the point of that.
Yeah, I don't really know either. So, I don't
Like
know,
you
is
just
this...
see her like her shadow or something. Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. People
Yeah.
started saying that could be like, since she always says doctor's orders,
Mm-hmm.
who's the doctor?
I
I don't
wouldn't
know.
trust
That's
Mina
a
to
pretty
be my
funny thing.
doctor.
I completely forgot.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to, look at the intro again. But, that was I mean, okay, maybe she definitely can't raise, like a Solarian, like, army, not a giant army like, what, she did at the end of season 4. But I'm just thinking, she could still cause trouble. And wouldn't she cause, like, more, because you brought up how it seems, like, you brought up there's a concern that maybe the humans aren't going to like either the humans or the monsters, so wouldn't Mina just like just be another thorn on the side?
I do wonder what she could do. She's
Yeah.
crazy.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. And Javi is saying, well, good night, guys. So see you later, Javi. Really nice to see
See
you.
ya.
Okay. So anyway, let's quickly get back to questions here. So, this one actually went out to Darren, Adam, and Dominic, if you could believe that. So they're asking Darren, when she's sketching an idea, what makes it stand out as something that she wants to. This is more about like Darren's creative process rather than the show. Should I continue?
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay, and Darren is saying, and was asking Darren, when she sketches an idea, what makes it stand out as something that she wants to work more with? And the person is saying they have a gut feeling once it's like, they're asking, is it a gut feeling once it's jotted down, or do they just go into it hoping to create something new and exciting? And Darren said, quote, sometimes episodes are really easy to write, and sometimes they are hard. Some of the hardest are when we need to get to a plot point into an episode and find a story that works around it, and not have it feel shoved in or anything. I really love having very different episodes and not follow a formula. It makes writing more difficult, but more interesting, I think. The more exciting part of the process for me is working with a team. I was so grateful for my team on Star. A lot of people on the show became my really good friends. Running a show is really difficult. You have to be a you have to be a big leader of a big team. There is always a certain amount of drama to deal with because of that.
Well, I mean, there's not much to say about that. I mean,
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, we appreciate, that, Star didn't run on a formula. I actually was concerned that it was going to be a very formulaic show when I first watched it, but second episode, because I was thinking, oh, is it going to be like Star Marco have to fight Ludo in every episode? But then, second episode, Party with a Pony, you don't even see Ludo.
true. Here, I'm reading the questions now, so I'm trying to see what's an interesting thing to pop up. Well, for sure, Darren's on her vacation right now. She's not working. So, I mean, as you could tell from her Instagram, she's having a good time right now.
Yeah, of course, and she definitely deserves that.
Yeah, no, and yeah, she looked really tired, so I mean, she needed a break.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hello. There was a question. I saw many people critique the season finale. What the crew think about the criticism. And then Darren said, "It doesn't feel good. We tried to do the best job we could do."
Yeah.
That's just pretty sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like what we said earlier, where,
Yeah.
Because, I'm a person who wasn't, really big into the finale, but at the same time, it is definitely a really, it's a lot of hard work to make a show as great as Star, especially, it must be already enough pressure for them just to make the show as is, but like when you have a huge fan base and you can't really take much influence from them, and you're hoping, I hope they like it, and when there's backlash, it must really hurt.
Yeah.
So
here's someone that says, "What are all of your favorite episodes of this show?" And I think that's funny because she said she liked Booth Buddies and Into the Wand. I mean, the Into the Wand I think is new. I remember she would say Blood Moon Ball, Mew Birdie. She said she really liked the Goblin Dogs episode, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
But
I think,
cool.
I think it's just a case of, she's just throwing out, examples. It's not that, whenever she says, what's your favorite episode?
For sure.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't even choose either. I have a lot of favorite episodes, too.
Yeah. So I guess it's different for her, every time. I mean, I don't even know what would happen if I even tried asking Darren, what was your ultimate favorite episode to work on? I don't think it's going to be a very easy question for her to answer.
No, she'll answer as multiple again. Everybody's has always asked that. She just says the same thing: Mew Birdie, Goblin Dogs, Blood Moon Ball, and she's like, I don't have a top favorite.
Yeah,
that's funny. I don't remember if she said that she liked Into the Wand. That's cool.
Yeah.
Gotta ask.
Yeah.
So the Ransomgram delivery monster girl doesn't have a name technically.
Oh, so I guess she's gonna be forever known as the Ransomgram girl.
Yeah, Darren's like, I'm welcome for names. If you were to start naming her.
Yeah. And this question, it's kind of an obvious question, but I still think it's worth discussing. I talked about it in my AMA, but I still wanted to hear from you, Valentina. And the question, well, it's more this person was saying, like, their biggest draw to Star was actually Star and Marco's relationship because they thought it was portrayed in one of the most sincere and powerful depictions that this person has seen in fiction as a while. And they also went on to say, but they would have liked to have seen them progress as a couple before the series ended, just like the couples in character-driven shows like Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Parks and Rec and Kim Possible. And they were asking them, were there any specific reasons why they chose to keep them as friends and keep other relationships going until just before the very end, despite the clear depth of their, mutual romantic feelings in the third season finale, and if they got the opportunity, would they make more Star content? And Darren said, quote, "I'm glad you enjoyed the Star Marco storyline. It was important to me to treat them like real teenagers. As we know, relationships are messy. One thing I personally don't like are storylines where characters' first relationships are also their last one. The whole Prince Charming thing. That's a lie. That's just not life. They need to date other people and have other experiences. I'm not sure what Star Marco's future looks like, but I know, and get ready for this, Starco shippers, I know they are very much in love now."
It's funny because what you didn't mention, something that the question said, but I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I mean, she did bring up a good point at one point when I asked her about something like that. She said that, I mean, of course, she also wanted to delay Stargo because she was afraid people would stop watching once it became canon. And I mean, it makes sense because, I mean, I do remember there was at some point like even Kim Possible. Since I'm like a little kid, I like the last season I was just like, yuck, making out, kissing, blah blah blah. It's too much romance. So I don't know, maybe, but I mean, Starco is different. I mean, we already saw them grow, and I don't know. I think it would have been okay to see them, like a couple episodes at least together. I mean, we saw Tom and Star, and then we saw Jarko and stuff. So I mean, it's like it would have been cool.
Yeah,
to see a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. Although I think that's probably the inner shipper in me speaking up. But yeah, I definitely thought. I mean, I've even said in like fan theory videos before, I would have liked to have seen the kind of thing where like maybe they get together in the end, but they do spend a few final episodes seeing them as a couple. And even though they technically didn't get together, they got together in like the second to last episode. It was in Here to Help, right?
Yeah.
We didn't really like see them like interact as a couple per se, you know, like
and we didn't get except that kiss. We didn't get another kiss. We didn't like. Technically, they were gonna plan to go on a date and stuff, and yeah.
Yeah, but I guess as Darren has put it, you know, if you want more of stuff like that, you know, that's up to your imagination and fan fiction. So.
Well, I mean, also, keep bugging Disney.
Although
I still don't get how people are just bugging her on Instagram. Like, I'm just like, dude, she has no power right now. She's literally like not even working at Disney right now. I mean, unless she gets hired again. But I mean.
Yeah, but I don't. What was I gonna say? I guess it's kind of like how, remember at the Toyzilla event, Adam said the social media head at Funko. They had this like, you know, like they had this like session where they were asking, you know, their customers, you know, hey, what Funko Pop do you want next? And all the answers were Star Wars: The Force of Evil. And
oh no, that was actually funny though. Yeah. Oh yeah, you were there too.
Yes.
No, and the funny part was that Adam said that he knew someone that works at Funko, and they even told Adam, "Hey, can you tell the fans to stop bugging us for more Star Pops?" And he just said, "Well, if you give them what they want, they will stop." And to continue.
Blood Moon Star Marco Funko Pops, please, please, please.
That Darren was like, "I want that." You know what? To be honest, I don't want Funko Pops. I want, like, show accurate figures. Like, no more, like, I'm not a huge Funko Pop person, so, like, I prefer them to, like little figures, like a play set or whatever. Like, you know, like the Disney Store ones? They had, like, a Tangle series. They have DuckTales. But it would have been so cool to go to Disney Store and find, like, the little play sets of Star.
Or,
but
God.
I mean, what's it called? Fat Mojo? The one that made the plushies. I mean, they make action figures of DuckTales. So I don't know if we bug them, they could make action figures of Star.
Who knows?
Because, I mean, they pretty much have the license for Star, so I mean.
Well, they
That
would
was
at
pretty
least,
cool.
yeah, they would at least be a likely candidate. Or, I don't know, God forbid Disney gives the rights to. What's the name? There's this, like, there's a company that makes, like, super, super expensive, like, action figures. I see them at this bookstore in Costa Mesa. Like, I don't know the name of the company, but I think they make, like, action figures for games like Ninja Gaiden and Final Fantasy, and they're, like, $100 upwards. And I'm just like,
Oh, the only one I know is the Kingdom Hearts ones, the Play Arts. Oh, and then there's
yeah, I think
the
that's it. Yes, Play Arts.
Play Arts, and
Hmm.
I think I don't even think they're called Play Arts anymore. Let me double check. I remember the newer Kingdom Hearts action figures were like under a new name. But
Yeah.
yeah, those are expensive.
Yeah,
But they're
no,
like
no, 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 just no.
they got really nice now. Like I still have like the Kingdom Hearts 2 ones from like years ago. And then like I look at the new ones and I'm just like, dang.
Hold on a second,
Like,
hold on a second. I gotta answer something.
okay. Okay.
Okay. So, what's the company called now? If it's not Play Arts, what are they called?
I don't even know. Yeah, let's just continue with the star discussion.
Okay. I'll let you pick
Really
another
track.
question, but we had a couple questions in the chat. So, Caio Cesar Marquez says, "My problem with the romance is it takes story time. So, like, I'm guess they're saying the problem is it takes up too much of the too much time, and he's also saying that he gets that it's meant to be more realistic and that they have enough snaps, but I guess they're saying that they thought that the romance in Star Wars: The Force of Evil kind of took up too much of the show, and he was also saying he also feels that the Steven Universe had a good balance in comparison. Uh,
That's a little bit true, but I mean that's the thing that a lot of people have gone into Star for because of the shipping.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's like I mean, dude, they're teenagers. I mean, of course, I mean, I was talking with someone and they said they were pretty much like they didn't understand like why Darren wrote like characters like teenagers as dumb
Mm-hmm.
because he was not a dumb teenager, and I'm just like, are you sure about that? Because I feel like everybody was pretty much dumb when they were young.
Yeah, just yeah.
Like
I mean, not
I
to
was a
mo-
really I mean I was a pretty much a crazy teenager, and I'm just like, oh man. I look back and I'm like, why?
Yeah, and like I just think about God, I think about like my 13, 14, 15-year-old self back when I had like, middle and high school crushes. And I even had like moments where it's like I think I hate this person and that
Hold on,
kind
I
of
gotta go
thing.
for a sec again.
All right. So okay. So know that Andrew you were asking you said not pinning down relationships throughout the series opened up a whole bunch of character development, which I kind of feel is a mixed plus because I do get what people say when they say there's like a lot of shipping. I mean, I remember going to WonderCon 2018 and I interviewed this person who cosplayed Eclipse, who is a Star fan herself, obviously, but she was like, yeah, even though there's a lot of shipping in Star, it's still a fun show to watch. Like basically, it was the gist of what she said. I think it was especially evident in something like the Kelko relationship, which I would have liked to have seen maybe Kelly and Marco become like closer friends because they were going through really like crazy relationships at the time, and I get that they just needed somebody to hug it out, kind of like the oh, Valentina is calling me again. Nope, she's not. Never mind. So, but yeah, I definitely get when people say, "Ugh, so much shipping." And they were like with Tom's from season 1 being Star's ex to season 3 and 4 being her best friend again, and then ex or boyfriend, excuse me. Yeah, that's actually a really good example. And have a good night, Andrew. See you later. So, I think I'll save time for a couple more questions if time allows. I know this live stream has been really weird, but we've had this in the works for a while, and I still wanted to do it as long as people were still wanted to talk. Call back. Okay, so Valentina said she can come back. Oh, I turned our audio down.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, good. So I think we have time for a couple more questions. So I think I'll just hand it off to you, Valentina. So you tell me the question and answer if you want, and we'll just go from there. So we have time for
From the Reddit?
More. Yes.
You mean, or from the chat?
The Reddit.
Okay, let me go back. Here we go. Let's see. I'm looking. Oh yeah, these are all the questions that nobody could answer. They couldn't answer. Let's see.
Preferably one that the crew did manage to get an answer to, because
yeah, that's I had to scroll back up.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty sad that I think this is Dominic. Someone asked the Tapestry Glossoric show star of Destroying the Magic, was it really finished? Because I could see the hole that Glossoric left in the episode Into the Wand. Why does Marco not appear in Star Tapestry? And then I think, this is Dominic, and he's like, Marco's isn't in Star Tapestry because he was supposed to be back on Earth, but those crazy kids altered the universe, changing the future.
Yeah, and we kind of mentioned before, I'm not even sure if there is still a Tapestry, because magic is destroyed and there's no more Munian monarchy. So,
yeah,
it's kind of hard to say. But, okay, can you find another question?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Could I say...
Oh my god, everything's so long!
Oh, this is a very simple one. Could I read this? I discussed this in my MA, but I wanted to hear from you.
Okay.
And they were asking, what were some ideas for episodes that got changed or scrapped? And Darren says, quote, "Oh man, we had this weird one where Skolnick was dating the orange grunting monster. One about Mr. Diaz's job. They didn't make it."
Probably like a season 1. There was also something that she posted on Instagram about zombie Jackie. I actually wonder what the idea was of that.
I'm wondering, how would that even fit? Because if Jackie gets turned into a zombie, wouldn't that mean she would have to be axed off in some way?
I don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
You can find her on her Instagram. It's like a funny design. She's like, oh, this is from a scrapped episode that Jackie turns into a zombie. I'm like, what?
That must, yeah. I mean, even if, it takes place after Jackie and Marco broke up, that must, that would really break his heart, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so, do you want to... I'll leave it up to you.
The fact that, there's most of the questions were really long. It's like, what even is a warnicorn? It's a unicorn that needs the blood of its enemies to survive.
Yeah, probably something they can't show on Disney Channel. This is, Star Wars: The Forces of Evil, show that gets away, with a lot, as is.
What do you feel about the petition for season 5?
Oh!
I think it's great. I hope someone pays attention.
Yeah, how does it feel? Because I noticed a couple people brought up the petition, and I said in my first live stream, I was like, ooh, I wonder how Valentina's going to feel.
Why?
Because, you were all, like, nervous about, like, oh, what if people ask about the petition?
Oh no, I'm just saying because I didn't want people to hear me screaming.
Oh, I see what you mean.
From like the if it gets mentioned or like my name gets mentioned. Well, I don't scream. I just like I don't know. I just get weird.
I see.
But yeah, technically she said she signed it. I don't know for sure because I mean, I don't know if Taylor's already sleeping or if she's still on, but we were looking like when we downloaded the petition, you could look up names.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason the lookup was pretty weird, so but yeah, there was like a Darren Nefsey signature, but I don't know if it's like someone just like pretended to be her because the location was in Alaska.
I see. Well, I wouldn't put it past
yeah,
Darren to, sign the petition.
But yeah, like since I can't really search everything up, so I couldn't really search her.
Mm-hmm.
And if she did, she probably would have put it under a different name.
Yeah, probably.
But it's pretty funny. Like literally, like when I download it, you could it shows the locations of everybody who signed, and I'm just like shocked because it's like a lot of places that are just like even like the smallest country signed. Like it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like lots of Europe, Latin America. There was some in China. There was some countries from Europe that I don't even know where they are. But it was pretty funny. But
I see.
yeah, anyway. Let's see what else is there.
And actually, to go back to the live chat again, Kyle Cesar Marquez comes back with, I remember when the demon possessed Jackie. There was an episode where a demon possessed Jackie. Like,
I don't think so. Wait, here, let me go back to the questions. Maybe they're talking about the image that Darren posted.
the zombie one.
Yeah.
I see. I'd have to look that one up again. And though I figure I probably have to do a lot of digging to find it, don't I?
It's there. Here, let me see. You know, that pisses me off that well, I mean, Darren's like saying, "Oh, like this is done with the Procreate app," and I'm just like, "Dang it, it's not available for Android." All her artwork, and I'm like, I can't use the app.
Dang it, which was available on Android.
Oh, here it is. Looking through some old art from the show and found this possessed demon Jackie I drew as an idea for an episode that was never made. And it looks pretty creepy. Oh yeah, and you responded, you said holy heck with the mind blown emoji.
I'm really trying to remember.
You responded though. You're literally that's the one that shows up like right here.
Do you think you could send me a link? Because I'm like, you guys keep in mind how many.
Here, I'll send to your messenger.
Yeah, because it's just like, I'm a person that's like, constantly going through my Twitter feed and commenting on, like, replies people leave me and that sort of thing. I can't remember every single post I liked or commented or retweeted. Let me see. Oh, I see. Yeah, the one with the green skin. Yeah, that looks very familiar.
Damn, I wish I could have eaten that star cookie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at her Instagram now.
Which cookie?
The one's like Star's dress.
Oh, I remember Darren was like, should I save it or eat it?
I was gonna say, like, save the wrapper with the ingredients and eat the cookie.
Mm-hmm.
So you could just, like, remake it.
Yeah. But, okay. You want to go through one last question in the the Reddit before we sign off?
I pretty much went through all of them.
You did?
Wait, did Adam ever answer any future ones?
I don't know. I know that the crew answered some that I didn't get to cover.
Here, let me see. Let me find Adam's account and see if he responded. Yeah, keep click.
Aaron Carford. They actually have like a whole list of like, responses.
Let's see. Why is it not like... It's not letting me click.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see what, I'm looking at, Adam's Pinterest name, and I'm just like, cause, Sarah, how do you pronounce her last name? Is it Paquette or something? Do you know who I'm talking about, Valentina? Sarah?
No. Here. Let me just double check. Where's Adam? Where's Adam? No, that's not him. Where's that? His replies.
For me, it's like at the top of the. It's like near the top of the. Like, do you see a post that says "View the full list of questions and answers here"?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you click
here.
on the where it says "here," you could see all the posts that each crew member left a response to, and you'll see Adam as the second one.
Oh, there we go. I see. But then we have to click the names and everything like that here. I don't see anything interesting. Oh, this one was funny. I saw this one.
Which one?
If or when Star and Marco have a child, what would his or her name be? And Adam's like, Adam MacArthur.
Adam MacArthur Diaz or Adam MacArthur Butterfly? I guess.
Whatever happened to Nachos? Does he live with Marco? Yes, but he is an outside dragon.
I see. And somebody left a question asking how come Toffee wanted, his finger back so badly, and Adam responded by basically saying because, it was a sign that Toffee was actually mortal. Did you see that?
That's true. Yeah, that's actually true. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah. I definitely remember, we had this, I remember my friends Steven and Gabby, we all had this, weird theory of what would happen if Toffee had to grow back from, his finger, his entire body grew back from just his finger alone. Kind of like with Rastakor.
Huh.
Which, of course, that theory didn't end up coming true because, well, Toffee was corrupting magic, all this time. But, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, here's the Toffee one that you're talking about.
But I don't know. Do you see any more that you would like to discuss?
Let's see. I'm still looking.
I didn't mean to do that to be insulting. I was just like, Kyle Cesar Marquez says that I wish that Valentina's season 5 petition and Aisha's Disney World. I'm guessing he's talking about the Aisha Ray's Disney World petition to have Star Marco characters at the Disney parks. This person's hoping they would come true. No, it's not in the Reddit. It's in the live chat.
Oh, here. Let me see. Wait, there's a official game petition? I need to check that one now.
Yeah, me too.
Since I'm not really checking back that much, I mean, because I've been busy, of course. But I still check it every once in a while. I just get bothered whenever I just start seeing spammers, and then I have to report it. so they could get them removed, because, yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Well, Adams is, like, really sure. Here, let's see Aaron's. Weird question, but I have to ask. What was the hardest episode to write? First season
Ooh.
finale was a tough one. Into the Wand was also really tough. Huh. That's a pretty funny detail.
I could see, especially see with Stormcast, since it was like the very first like super serious episode.
That is true.
Yeah. So yeah, I could understand that one being tough. Into Wand, yeah, that was also really twisty and turny, like, sort of episode. So yeah, I guess it kind of goes back to what Darren was saying about how, because they're not stuck to a formula, it can often be really difficult, and
Remember we were talking about the magic realm and stuff like that, like how it was tainted?
Yeah.
I found a question about it. It says, how come the magic was still tainted after Toffee died? Was he not the actual cause of it? The magic realm is very sensitive, so when Moon was transported to the magic realm, the magic was then thrown out of balance.
Oh my!
So
Ooh, that's so weird. But like, that's so hard. That's hard to like, and that's kind of hard to. I don't know what word to say, but it's like, didn't Moon go to like the realm of magic herself, because she was the one who opened the portal, like, to escape Eclipsa, right?
Yeah, she washed away her hands with the dark veins and stuff, and then it just ended up getting in there again.
Mm-hmm. Although, interestingly, even though she got rid of that black eye, remember later on when she tried to open that gateway that ended up being, the opening to Earth, it still left purple handprints. It's like, but wait, the magic water didn't get rid of her handprints?
Yeah, that was really weird. I didn't get that, actually.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking maybe the magic water, like, it does, like, it does get rid of, like, dark magic and corrupted magic, but, like, maybe not all the way? So.
Oh, here. Well, this one was like a bunch of questions, but Aaron answered the question 4. He said, well, this is the question 4. Let me go back. Were there any characters or plot lines that you took inspiration from your own life for? And then Aaron said that Star on Wheels was heavily influenced by a story Darren told about when she first learned to ride a bike. Let's see. What I remember from the story was that she didn't know how to brake and ended up falling in the lake. Oh my god, that's so sad!
Oh, I hope she wasn't hurt too badly.
Lava Lake Beach was inspired by a story I shared in the writing room about when I was first dating my wife. I went up in the mountains with her family, ended up getting snowed in. That's one way to get to know someone's parents.
I see.
Let's see.
Actually, yeah, that makes a whole bunch of sense, because they, in Lava Lake Beach, the underworld got hit with that crazy storm. It's funny, I'm not a fan of that episode, but I really like the setting. Like, I really like this idea that, they stay at this beach house that's in the underworld. Like, I thought that was really creative.
Yeah, that was actually really pretty stunning.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like... Yeah, I understand, like, the criticism. I also didn't really like it that much, either.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, the one criticism I have with, like, Tom and Star's, like, romance when they got back together is that it was, especially toward the end, it was really hard to tell, are they still a couple or are they not? Like, I find at the end of season 3, oh, they're not a couple anymore, but it's like, oh, technically they still are. And I'm like, what?
Here's something funny. Someone asked, after the Severing Stone, were Star and Marco just pretending that it worked? Do they still remember the moment they fell in love? And then Aaron responded, the Severing Stone did break the curse of the Blood Moon, but the reality is that the Blood Moon was not why Star and Marco liked each other. They were already developing feelings regardless of the Blood Moon. Breaking the curse, however, allowed them to both realize their feelings had nothing to do with the Blood Moon.
Yeah. Although I'm still going to shed tears if they can't remember either of the Blood Moon dances.
Yeah, they never mentioned if they could remember Fair enough.
Yeah, I know I've had some people tell me that like, oh, they can't. The only part they can't remember is the second half of the Curse the Blood Moon dance, or oh, they sort of remember it. You know, remember at the very like end of Curse the Blood Moon Star Marker, we're like, we were at the Blood Moon Ball, but then what happened? Like they were like, it was almost like the memory of what just happened started to fade.
Hey, funny detail I found. So did Miss Skolnick, however you say it, turn human again after the destruction of magic? And Aaron replied yes.
Mm-hmm. And though kind of gets back to how it seems a little inconsistent about like, you know, who lives, dies, and
yeah, what comes back and what doesn't.
Yeah.
It actually doesn't make sense either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's also kind of one of those things. Like one of the problems I had when the magic was destroyed was, how are they going to travel to different dimensions now? Like, how are they going to go to Kelly's dimension or the Goblin Dog dimension now? Like, are they going to pay Elon Musk to build a rocket for them? Or...
no, a rock. It's not like a different planet. It's like, I don't know.
Like a different galaxy?
No, it's a different dimension. It's like, I don't know, like how they could. I don't think they could. They can never do that unless Hekapoo exists again.
But the other Magic High Commission members are basically dead.
Yeah, technically, even Hekapoo. So it's like there's no way of travel.
Yeah, I honestly think that's one of the things that can't just be left to fan interpretation, because it's just so hard to conceive a really.
I feel like there is, like, if Glossark's alive, I feel like they would bring back Hekapoo, because honestly, like, even like fans would not like Hekapoo being dead.
Of course not. Like, even oh my god, I mean, you know how like I told you before, Valentina, that my sister isn't really into Star Wars: Force of Evil.
Oh, she isn't?
No, even though she's really good at emulating Darren FC style. But even she's told me she likes Hekapoo's design.
A lot of people like Hekapoo's design.
Yeah, so it's just like, if even somebody who's not really a star, like somebody who doesn't really like Star likes Hekapoo's design, it's like, you know, she can't stay dead forever.
Yeah, I don't think they would kill her off. I'm sorry to say, she's too popular.
Yeah. Alright, so, I don't know.
And she was good. Mm-hmm. She ended up being a good person. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like, I mean, I don't have like power to decide what Darren wants, but it'd be so cool to see the future of the series. I mean,
yeah. And, I don't know, like, Kyle Cesar Marquez says every dimension is a universe, but is that a way to describe how the dimensions work in Star? Like, just saying that each one is a universe?
I guess so. Honestly, I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I got the impression that it's kind of like planets, because who was the one who said that Earth and Muni are now one super planet? I think that was actually Adam who actually used the words like it's now basically one big super planet or something like that.
The reason why I don't think it's like a planet is because I once asked Dominic, like 2 years ago, something like that, about like the underworld and like, I don't know, it's on Tumblr, but I asked him about like, yeah, I forgot. Oh my god. If the underworld is only like on Muni, or is it like under Earth or something like that? I don't know, because of the Blood Moon Ball. And then he said you're trading dimensions like planets, which technically that's not what they were trying to pull.
I see.
So the underworld is like I don't even know, actually, honestly, because it looks like it's linked to Muni, but then it's like it might actually be its own dimension. But if it is its own dimension, then how is Tom gonna come back?
unless it's like a thing, like how could I explain this? Because like if you look at like a map of Muni, the underworld is part of Muni. So what if it's a thing where like if you go into, like the carriage that Tom used to take Star to the Blood Moon Ball? What if it's just a thing that when you see the fire, that's not it's not that when you see the fire, it's not like they're going up like the magma of Earth and that kind of stuff. That's just how the portal to whatever dimension is. So like when you go
Well,
to
that
Earth,
is.
so
That is on technically the portal, because the episode where Tom and Star broke up,
mhm.
Tom couldn't go back home because the portal wasn't working.
Yeah. So no, my point is basically that I don't think that the Muni's underworld is like underground Earth.
Yeah,
So
it's definitely like its own dimension.
yeah.
But would Tom see his parents again? Because now he's stuck on Earth Me.
I think so. I mean, especially since we see like the Ponyheads, kingdom is still there. So it's just like I think there's a good chance.
But the Ponyhead Kingdom was on top of Muni.
Well, yes, but since Earth and
And it
Muni
was
are now
linked
merged, shouldn't that mean the underworld should still technically be below? Especially now that both Earth and Muni are merged.
Maybe. I don't know, actually.
Yeah, because it's just like it just doesn't seem like I just can't picture a scenario where Tom never sees his parents again. That's honestly kind of sad.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but all right, so I think I'm gonna have to call it off here because we're already getting into like 11:22 p.m. Pacific
Yeah,
time.
not to sleep early.
Yeah, me too. I get up at 6 to go to work in Irvine, so I'll end it off here. Yeah, I know the traffic is horrendous. So, but we'll end it off here. So, thank you, Valentina, for coming on and discussing these questions with me. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, it's really fun. Always fun to have you on the show. So, we'll end it off here. So, until next time, everybody, thanks for tuning in. So, until next time, we'll see you all later. So, see you, Valentina.
See ya.
See ya.